Grand Rising, good morning. I scoop my plants. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to and for you. So I'm getting ready to do the Rising Wisdom to start today, and I got something that I'm getting ready to do a little differently because I was guided to do it. So I'm gonna do it. So if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you. Your love, support, likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, positive interactions, super chats, and all of that. Okay. So, those of you who are new or maybe new, um, who haven't been watching me from day one on my channel, you may or may not know that I used to do readings, right? So I no longer do readings, okay? However, you may see readings on my channel that I've done this year. None of those were done with tarot cards, okay? So for those who are scared of the tarot community, I don't know why it was just so funny. Okay. I know why it was so funny, but because I don't understand. But y'all, y'all got to let it go. Okay? It's like, just let it go. But for those of you who are scared of the tarot community, those readings are not done with tarot cards whatsoever. In fact, they are done with cards that I created myself. Okay? Um, and some oracles, okay? Some of the messages may not even be done with cards at all. So, because I do have things on my channel like that. So, I just wanted to put that out there before people jump and assume, because they do that a lot around here. So, and I really don't care, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Hello, Mohan. Hello, Muhammad. What else? So, anywho, decks that I've created, I just want to touch on that a little bit because I'm going to be pulling them out. So, some months ago, I created, thank you, I appreciate it. Well, hello from Afghanistan. Hello from Mali. So, a few months back, well, more than a few months, I created a deck that we call the butterfly deck, okay? Um, and what I was guided to do, I guess I'm gonna call it on a positive note, okay? So that's what we're gonna start doing. Hello, Ted Parker from Canada. Hello. So we're going to start something a little different today called On a Positive Note. So that's what I was guided to do. That's what came to me. So that's what I'm going to do. If you don't know, I do as I'm guided. I do what I'm guided to do. I pray on it. I meditate on it before I take any action or anything, because I got to get clarity before I act. So I'm going to do what I was got, y'all. So this tree right outside, I'm going to have to show y'all this tree one day. Maybe today, because it's so beautiful. It snowed last night, and it's snow on the tree. It's an auburn red, orange blend tree. Is so beautiful. It's it right outside my house, right outside the window. But I love that tree. Like, I love it, love it, love it so much. but it just started, the wind started blowing while I was speaking, and the snow started falling off the leaves. It's beautiful. I love fall. I love fall. It's like, how could you not? It's the most beautiful season. Fall and spring are the most beautiful seasons. So, I don't know. I was just looking at it. I had to open my window up so I could see the tree because it's beautiful, especially with the snow on it. So, yeah. Anywho, thank you. Hello from Kenya. Good morning, Isaiah. I got your emails. I looked at them. I actually looked at them this morning because for whatever reason it popped in my mind this morning and I remembered. So I did get your emails this morning. You silly. So so the rising wisdom to start your day is the it's just a positive affirmation to get you along your day, start your day on a positive note. Um, but like I said, I'm going to be doing something a little different today that I'm going to start, and it's going to be called On a Positive Note. Okay? Where I'm going to use the decks that I created. Um, I haven't touched tarot cards since last year. Okay? It's been a year. So I don't use tarot cards. And like I said, the old readings from when I used to do readings, the readings that show up on my channel that you can see and have access to, no tarot cards are used in those readings. Okay, just decks that I created and oracle decks, affirmations. That's it. Okay. Um, so those are up until I'm guided to take them down. I was guided to release them and make them public for whatever reason. Somebody may need messages in those readings, but they were done by the zodiac signs. If you are new here and you don't know, I'm big on astrology, universal law, things of that nature, okay? Yes, I strongly believe in God. So please don't come over here with the nonsense because I will hit you with some smoke, baby. Okay? A little fire. So just be mindful. Okay? And when I say that, I mean just a little wisdom, just a little knowledge, just a little insight. Okay? Or I'll direct you to the playlist section. Because in my playlist section, we do topic of discussions and insight. What is your perspective of love and why, which are topics in regards to love and matters of the heart. But all of this stuff can be found on my channel in the playlist section, as well as those readings that I did in the past. Okay, so everything is in the playlist for your convenience. You can visit whenever you feel the need. Okay, if you need a little inspiration, a little motivation, a little, kickstarter to get you along your day, go find you a message. Okay. Um, Yes, it's a mall. It's a whole trail of them. It goes just like this up my face. Matter of fact, it goes like this because it starts at my bottom lip and goes up. So yeah, they're all over me. That's what that is. Um, but thank you. Appreciate it. Isaiah, you silly. Pooper scooper. Hello, Diliante. Zam. People always get on here calling me their mom, but I be wondering, like, are you really one of my children on here? Because they watch me, so I know. So I never know what name they'll pop up under. So, anywho, hello, Suzante, the star, Suzante. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I like it. I like it. I feel like it sounds so beautiful rolling off the tongue. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I love to sing. I do a lot of things. Yes. A whole lot of things. Oh, thank you. I didn't feel like getting dressed this morning at all. I didn't want to do my hair. Nope. I said I'm gonna just put it up, throw on a t-shirt and some biker shorts. Thank you. So let's get the affirmation, okay? I don't think I left anything out, but the new thing that I'm gonna start today, which is called On a Positive Note, okay? And what it says, watch it, sucker. You know, don't get spanked. Watch it. Watch your mouth, watch your actions, watch whatever, you know. Some of y'all know who this is or where that saying comes from. Some may not. So I'm going to get the affirmation for today. Like I said, what we're going to start today is called On a Positive Note. And what that's going to be is I'm going to use my butterfly deck and my astrology based deck and just give you a positive message. I'm going to say whatever message I get to give. Okay? Whatever message I'm guided to give from those. Because while I was guided to pull those out, and I did tell y'all once I stopped doing readings, I did get rid of all my tarot cards. However, and I got rid of my oracle cards. The only thing that I kept was the decks that I created and my affirmation decks. And my spirit animal deck. Y'all something else. Okay, let me get this affirmation for y'all. I hope y'all enjoying y'all day so far. Night, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is. I can't wait to do the other thing. What I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to start doing it with the rising wisdom to start your day. On a positive note. Or either I'm going to do it separately. We'll see. I haven't figured out a schedule for that one yet. Everything else is on a schedule. So we'll see. Clear thinking. Okay. Is the affirmation that came out. Self-love is at the top. Compassion is at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with showing yourself a little compassion. Love on yourself a little bit. A lot. Love on yourself a lot. Okay? Clear thinking. I'm going to read this to you. Then I'll read the affirmation on here. Okay? Take it with you or don't. Leave it. Whatever you want to do. Okay? It says, a clear mind is essential if we want to achieve our goals. Yet, it can often happen that our minds become congested, entangled with desperate thoughts, concerns, or distractions. We need to stay aware of our thoughts, to be able to categorize them as relevant or irrelevant to our present needs and to let them go accordingly, thus allowing us to concentrate fully on the task at hand. Okay? Um okay, let me read the affirmation first and take it with you, okay? The affirmation is, my mind is clear and focused. I will not let my mind become cluttered with needless thoughts. Somebody needs to really clear their mind so that they can focus. Eliminate what's not serving you, okay? So that you can stop overthinking. Eliminate what's causing you to overthink, okay? So that you can think clearly, so that you can take whatever action you need to take. Um, okay. Maybe you pouring a little more into yourself, a little more compassion into yourself is going to help you release whatever is cluttering your mind, your thoughts. Somebody needs to take some time to do a release. Or even if you just go sit outside in nature for at least 10-15 minutes. Just go sit outdoors, okay? Or sit near an open window. Breathe you in some fresh air. Crack your windows, okay? Do something. Okay? Clear your mind. Clear your thoughts. That's all I'm saying. Clear your mind. Clear your thoughts, all right? Um, but definitely I would highly recommend you do it outdoors, outside. And still crack your windows, open your windows up. I keep my windows open all year long. Rain, sleet, snow, thunderstorm, windows stay cracked. They stay open. So just get you some fresh air indoors, okay? The one thing I do when I'm depressed, I don't allow myself to get in that energy of depression. I don't allow that. Now, when I used to deal with depression, I used to write a lot, but I don't allow myself to get in the energy of depression at all. When I feel myself getting into any low vibrational energy, I immediately cleanse my energy. I'll immediately go for on one of my nature walks, or I'll immediately get in the tub, turn on some music, whatever would clear my thoughts or clear my mind. Okay, I pray a lot, I meditate a lot. So I'm not going to sit and allow myself to fall into a low vibrational energy. I don't allow that. So, and it took a lot of me training myself. Now, when I say training myself, I'm talking about me training my mind to process things in a certain way. Me training my thoughts, me training my emotions, okay, to not allow myself to slip in that energy. So it takes time, it takes work. You got to do the work to be able to process things in a certain way, to be able to shake things off and not, because it's always something more to every situation. There's always a bigger picture. I just said this last night in the live, but there's always a bigger picture to every situation. There's always something more. It's like, do you want to see beyond the current situation or not? It's your choice. You can stay stuck on your current situation, circumstances, or whatever it is you're dealing with, or you can choose because it's your choice. It's no one else's choice. It's no one else's decision. It's yours. So you can either choose to stay stuck and stagnant in a low vibrational energy, or you can choose to remove the energy or remove whatever is causing the energy, you focus on what the problem is. You analyze what's the issue. What could be the issue? Why am I feeling like this? Why is my mind going through this? Why is this like this? And it's you eliminate it. Eliminate it. Remove it. I tell y'all, I always recommend that y'all write your thoughts down. Journal. Journaling is a beautiful thing. I love to journal, okay? But write your negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings down on a piece of paper. Take it outside, burn it. Or if you don't take it outside, at least have the windows open when you burn it, okay? In a safe space. And after you burn it, pour some water over it. Unless you do it, if you do it indoors, after you burn it, pour some water over it, okay? And just say, I release this with love. I release whatever it is with love and let it go. Let it go. Don't keep yourself there and your mental, you beating yourself up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, okay? And it affects you physically. So you just be mindful of your thoughts and how you process things. Because that's how people get certain triggered emotions that put them in a mental state that they don't need to be in. Okay? You could be taking on other people's emotions, okay, and not even realize it or know it. You could be around negative Nancy's and negative, you can be around negativity all the time and be like, man, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling? Because you're around all that negative energy and it's draining you. It sometimes is that simple. And you still will have to cleanse your energy and learn how to separate your energy from other people's energy. Because, you don't want your energy contaminated and janky. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. You want your energy to flow beautifully, okay? Peacefully. So you create your own peace. It's that simple. Don't make it complicated. It's really that simple. Okay? Um what y'all say? Okay, Secret Night. No problem. Okay, Isaiah. I appreciate that. Absolutely, Secret Night. That's listen. I just explained that the other night on one of the lives we did because you can go through a lot, and yes, it's you go through things. Life happens, right? But is you have a choice whether to dwell on it, whether to act a certain way according to what you've been through or whatever pain you've endured, or you have a choice to move forward and better your circumstances. You always have a choice. It's always your choice. It's not up to anyone else. You can have other people guide you along the way. You can have other people assist you along the way. But when it comes to the actions, that's a you thing. Nobody else can do the action. Nobody else can take the action or do the work for you. No one else. That's a you thing. So you will have to take the action and you will have to do the work. Can't nobody do it for you. So it's your choice. What's your other question, Secret Night? So he said, what's one regret you have that you wouldn't let anyone else, or that I'm assuming that you wouldn't want anyone else to go through, right? Okay. So me, I don't have regrets. I don't have regrets, and I don't have regrets because I know that everything that I have went through was for a reason. Okay? Everything that I did go through created who I am as an individual. It built me to be who I am today. So I have no regrets. However, there's a lot of things that I've been through that I wouldn't want anyone else to experience. A lot of things. But to walk in regret, I can't do that. Mm-mm. What I do, or what I would do in any situation with people going through circumstances or situations that I've been through in the past, because listen, why I don't live in regret, because we know a lot of people be like, oh, I regret this and I regret that, but it's like, why? Because you being in regret and you allowing yourself to sit in regret, it don't do nothing but hurt you. It's gonna make you continuously think of what you've been through, why you've been through what you've been through. Regret is you being in that energy. You being in regret is you being in an unhealed energy. And it's not, a lot of people will say they healed and then say they regret this, that, and the third. It don't work like that. You gotta take what you've been through, and you have Muay, you silly. You have to take what you've been through, and once you learn the lessons attached to the things that you've been through, you learn to appreciate the lessons. You learn to appreciate the lessons behind the things that you've went through. Cause when you learn them lessons, it. That's why I say it gets better later. It gets greater later. It gets better later. That's the true definition of learning the lesson and receiving the blessing behind the lesson. It's a blessing in every lesson, every single lesson. So it's like, go through? Do you want to go through the lesson and go through the test and grow from it, so you can grow from it, or you don't have to? It's your choice. I just choose to grow from things. I choose a different path than sitting and soaking in misery and painful experiences, because it's all an experience, and experiences that I know I don't want to experience again. So I live a certain way. I do things a certain way. Okay, so it's. I listen to a lot of music. A lot of R&B. Yeah, PGC, you hilarious. Much love to you from West Africa. I like Daniel Caesar. I do like Daniel Caesar. I know. So, no, no. Good morning to you, King Alpha Male, King. I bet. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is my favorite artist ever. I don't have another. There's only one. That's what I'm listening to right now. Whitney Houston. So, what I'm going to do, and I heard once a week. Once a week? I don't watch TV. I don't have a go-to movie. I don't watch TV. I like to read and write and listen to music. So my favorite movie though ever is Sister Act 2. That's my favorite movie ever. Good morning to you, Hussein. I'm wonderful. How are you? And thank you for asking. A lot of people say that secret night. You know, sounds good. Then people don't know how to. You know, I don't know what. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. It's 10:20 p.m. there. It's 11:51 a.m. here, Sunday morning. Sending you love back to Kentucky, Timbo. Yeah, them whoopee days. Lauryn Hill is more so of the reason. Lauryn Hill and Whoopi. I don't know. I just love the whole movie. It's just my favorite movie. The soundtrack. I think that's why, because of the soundtrack. I love singing them songs. Yeah. Have I been to church today? I don't. I try to stay out of the. Never mind. I have church at home. Yes. Yes, Lauryn Hill is in Sister Act. PGC, how old are you? I can't be that old. What? I'm 38. You 39. You older than me and you don't know. Lord, you cannot be serious. How don't you know Lauryn Hill? She's one of the main characters in the movie. Yes. Must be. I am Sunday Mass. I love Sade. So does your mama, Anid Abdullah? Oh, I love soccer. It was lovely meeting you as well. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Prime. Ida. I appreciate it. Yes, I do secret night. I try to. Because I have a different thing that I do every day. So I do these rising wisdom to start your day every day in the morning, which is just a positive affirmation to start y'all on y'all day. I do topic of discussion and insight in the evening time, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I do what is your perspective of love and why topics, which are topics in regards to love and matters of the heart. And I do those Tuesdays and Fridays in the evening hours, Eastern Standard Time. So, yep, full schedule. So the topics, when we do the topics, it's just open discussion in the chat. So open discussion in the chat. So everyone is welcome to share their insight, share a little wisdom, a little knowledge. Okay, all that I ask is that you keep it respectful, because if you don't, I block you. No hesitation, no conversation, nothing. I will immediately block you or put you on a timeout, okay? Depending on how, just depending. Thank you. I painted this one and I painted that one. My daughter painted this one and my favorite coworker did this one. Yeah, I love art. I love arts. I love to draw and I love to paint. Let me see if I got some drawings in here. That's why I should start showing y'all my drawings, because I like drawing people. I got one that I'm working on now. Somebody want me to draw this lady. Um, Let me see. So I got this one I'm working on now. It's obviously nowhere near complete. But I'm working on it. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate it. Thank you, Eric. So I love drawing portraits of people. I love drawing people. I don't know. It's just a gift that I don't use often. You have a good one as well, Brad, for thank you. But yeah, people tend to send me photos or give me photos or show me photos and I draw. Oh wait, I gotta cover that up. Because one thing about, now let me tell y'all. So if you heavy into spirituality, then you know energy. So when I draw these portraits of people and I draw things, it's a way of bringing it to life. Okay, so I was doing something last year, no, a couple years ago, where I would draw people's passed on loved ones for them, and ooh, the energy feedback, I didn't like it, so I had to stop. I had to stop. I had to quit that. Because you take on, and I know there's a lady on social media who draws portraits or paints portraits of people's passed on loved ones, and then she delivers them to them. She takes them to them. And I sent her a message about a year ago, explaining to her how to cleanse her energy and how to protect her energy, because when you do that, you're taking on the energy of the individual you're painting or drawing. So, me being me, the spiritual being that I am, and having the spiritual gifts that I have, I explained to her how to cleanse her energy and keep her energy cleansed, because she was getting really, really sick, and she didn't know why. She didn't know where it was coming from, and it was heavy on my heart to just let her know how to cleanse herself. So if you do anything like that, be mindful, because you have to know how to cleanse yourself and cleanse your energy. I do believe in spirits. Absolutely. Secret night. Let me tell y'all, um, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I promise people probably wouldn't believe it unless I had this person with me and tell y'all this. But this guy that I was dating some years back, um about uh, it was a few years ago. I was dating this guy and we went on this walk. We went on a walk and we was walking outside of we was walking outside of the apartment complex parking lot where I lived, and we just wanted to walk. So we walked. We used to walk and sit under the trees out there. We used to go, like he he liked nature too. Okay, so we was walking out the parking lot and this big ass white, I thought he was gonna freak out. I'm so used to it. It don't scare me, it don't bother me, and I speak a specific thing when it happens. So he saw it, I saw it, but I didn't think he would be able to see it. I didn't think he would see it, but he saw it. And he was like, "Did you see that spirit that just went past us?" I turned and looked at him and I was like, "You seen that?" I couldn't believe he saw it. So, and because I'm in my mind, I'm like, this man ain't like me. He don't act like me spiritually, but he is very much reserved spiritually, right? But he was like, "Did you see that spirit?" He was so calm about it. And I said, "This is crazy." So we talked about it, and that's when I learned more about him spiritually. But he hated he we would clash all the time because he hated the fact that I was doing readings at the time. I used to do readings. So he hated that. He hated for me to use my gifts in that way. But he was spiritual too. Like, so it just was crazy. But it was like this gray little, it wasn't little. It was, if I would say in height, it was about, I'm 5'6", so it was probably about 5'9". It was about 5'9" in height, and it just like slowly went right in front of us across the. We walking this way through to towards the street to walk to the park and out of the parking lot, and the it was like a grayish white cloud went from the side. It was some trees right here, and it was like a guardrail that leads to water on the other side, but a bunch of bushes and trees on that side too. And it just casually was just moving. I'm talking about it just casually just went across in front of us like a normal day in the spiritual world. Just and I was like, I never told nobody this. This was so crazy, but I'm telling y'all because you just reminded me of that. But yeah, it was interesting. But his reaction is what struck me because I'm like, and I asked him, I said, you say a lot about me spiritually and what I do. I said, that didn't bother you to see that? And he said, yeah, I believe. He said, I know spirits is real. I believe in ghosts and stuff. Like, I said, oh, so you just got a problem with me doing readings? Man, I'm telling you, it was something. It was something. It was something. But yeah, it was beautiful though. One thing I know about myself, and from the way I was as a child up until now, but one thing I learned about myself years ago through my spiritual journey, and from the time that I first started doing readings to the time that I stopped, I know, and what I've learned through that journey is mediumship is one of my strongest gifts. And I couldn't accept it for the longest. I'm talking about I could not accept it. It was scared the shit out of me. But what reminded me, I was constantly being reminded of things that would take place when I was younger, when I was a kid. And one of the strongest memories I have as a child is when I talk about my grandma Gloria a lot, right? But me and my siblings would go with her in the summertime and on the weekends. And she was a spiritual woman. She wasn't like all out in the open with it. You had to really be in her house to know. Okay, but I knew, even as a child, I knew she was a spiritual woman. And one thing she did was keep us close in native culture. She wanted us to know our native roots. She wanted us to know who and what and where we come from. So she would always take us to certain events and things. She would take us over to Canada to, just she wanted us to know who we were. So she was big in that. But when I remember I used to be scared of the dark, and I was always scared of the dark. I hated being in the dark. And she was like, I'll just get you a nightlight. So she got me a nightlight, and nobody else would do that for me. My mom's side of the family would never. No, they didn't care about me being scared of the dark. They didn't give a damn. So would never. But my dad's side of the family, they poured into who they knew I was at a young age. So I wasn't, it's long story. But anyway, I was scared of the dark. She went and got me this nightlight, and I would see it was this big old tree outside of the bedroom window. I think I told this story a few weeks ago though. But it was a big old tree outside of the bedroom window in the bedroom and that I slept in my room. And this tree one night was just moving, and I'm talking about it was just moving, and I'm like, dang, this looked like a person. And I kept saying it looked like a person outside. So I went and got my grandmama, and I told her, I said, somebody is outside the window. And she was like, girl, that's the tree. So, but she came in and she sat with me, and the way she explained, man, listen, the way she explained how our ancestors live in the trees, in the ground, and this is stuff she explained it to me as a little kid. But I never thought nothing, never thought nothing of it up until a few years ago. I remembered that conversation with my grandmother. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I remembered that conversation. But the more and the more that I go visit her in the cemetery, I remember more and more conversations she would have with me in regards to spiritual things. So it was the way she explained it, and she was like, you see how the branches look like this. So it made me paint a picture. I showed a picture later, but and I think I've showed it before, but I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it. But it made me paint this picture, and I painted this picture, and I named it, because I name all my paintings, but I named it Ancestors Speak. So the picture is a body of water, a full moon with stars, and a tree that looks like a person. The tree looks like a person with the branches, the arms, it looks like a person. So yeah, every memory I have that makes me think of something, I'll paint, I'll paint, I'll paint, I'll paint, I draw. So, yeah. So then it made me start paying more attention to the trees. I've always liked nature, always. So it made me start paying more attention to the trees, how they shaped, how they look, the stuff coming out of the trees, and just everything about nature. So it just blew me, because I'm like, man. So I drew the tree. Yeah. What y'all talking about on here? So yeah. Yes, Isaiah, most certainly. But yeah, I love it. Hey, I-90 West. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? It is afternoon. It's 12 p.m. We was just talking about the number 33 last night. Imagine that. Secret Night, that wasn't Conjuring. I wouldn't consider that as Conjuring. Um, and my grandmother was a really good person. Like I don't know who she was to nobody else, but she was really good to me in my eyes and my sight, from what I seen and what I knew. Okay, shoot, she wasn't just good to me. She was good to my mom. She treated my mom like she was her own daughter. I know, don't they look a little extraterrestrial? Let me quit playing. Yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna have to call him and see if he remember that. E.T. Phone Home, baby. That used to be one of my favorite movies when I was a child. But y'all, dang, this went way longer than I wanted it to. Okay. But I'm getting ready to get off and I'm going to get back on so that I can start the what I said I was going to start today is called On a Positive Note, which is going to be the I'm getting cold. I ain't cold though. So my feet cold. Maybe I'll put on some footies or something. But I'm going to get back on and do the On a Positive Note. So the On a Positive Note is going to be me using my butterfly deck and or my astrology based deck that I created, the cards I created. I will not be pulling out no tarot cards. I don't have any. I don't have any. And like I said, if you see readings on my channel, hello, Drew. If you see readings on my channel, there's no tarot cards in those readings whatsoever at all. It's just the readings were done with decks that I created. Okay. That's it. That's all. So my tattoo says love. It's some hearts and stars on that thing, a bicycle, because I'm always right and for love. These are my children's letters to their first names. So yeah, that's what it is. I'll be back though. I'll be right back. I'm getting ready to get off because I gotta close this out. This shouldn't even went close to an hour. Because I don't do that. Not for the rising wisdom to start your day. Those are meant to stay under 30 minutes. Okay, so yeah. All right. Y'all be blessed, nothing less. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in a minute.